Howdy and welcome to Retro Repair Roundup, episode 49 tonight, the show where the schedule is made up and nothing matters because Trina has to tell me what to do every week. Anyway, so welcome.
And also, by the way, my name isn't Trina, according to...
Tria. Yeah. We'll just call you Tria Pet. How's that sound? Tria. So, yeah.
Didn't they click with that one?
As the disembodied voice in the chat stated, Joe made an oopsie. So I will correct that, or I won't because I'll forget. Anyway, moving on.
Oh, I'll remind you after the stream.
I know you will. Yeah. So Trina had to remind me when I was in the chat earlier today. So who's our guest again this week? Sorry, Cass, I forgot.
That's all right. I forget things all the time.
Yeah. Like, where am I?
I have a lot of patience for people who forget things.
So anyway,
you're like,
so again, remember to lasso the like button and spur that subscribe button to say that the show is awesome and all of that wonderful stuff. Let's say hi to some of the people in the chat-a-doodles. We've got Thomas Armstrong, Frank S., Rudy's Retro Intel, former host, and welcome back anytime. Hello, Rudy. Trina is in the chat for some reason. I don't know. Frank S. again. Francois is still awake, apparently. Jack68K, how you doing? CDI. We've got Matthew Jonathan Soper. That is a wonderfully delicious long name like mine. Joseph Stroh-Snyder. It's awesome. 2K Compliant. And other people that I'm sure I'm missing. Mac Effects. There's Mac Effects, Dr. John Fisher, and Retro Mac UK, and all of those other people. So, hello to all of you wonderful people. Now, secondly, I'm going to turn this box on because it has shipping address on it, even though it's not high definition, because my camera is always potato, but just in case. So, a little bit of a channel announcement. Ron, of course, as you can see, is missing tonight, our wonderful co-host. So I expect the stream to be boring because there's nobody here to make funny jokes. So it'll just be left up to me and Trina making puerile sex jokes all night. So
I'm up for that in more ways than one.
On that note, I love the puerile sex jokes as well, but I also make terrible puns, so you can look forward to some of those from me.
Yeah, baby. Anyway, I don't think Trina saw it. Anyway, moving on.
No, I'm busy trying to hook up with Rudy because he's coming to. Well, no, not in that way, but he's coming to Toronto. So
you're trying to make an appointment with Rudy.
Yeah.
That's a different thing.
Hook up has a different meaning these days. Anyway, moving on. Yes, Ron had a very busy day with family and stuff, so he is taking the day off. So we would like to welcome our super duper guest, Cast. Why did I say Cast?
Cast.
Like I'm just full of
apparently everybody has a new name according to Joe.
I made an error, so I have to play the most famous error of all time. Anyway, so this is Cass. Cass is relatively new to our little circle, but Cass has been around for a long time, and over the past couple of weeks has been just like blowing my mind with the amount of stuff that she knows. So, hi, Cass, how you doing? Why don't you introduce yourself and tell everybody about how you got into all this crazy computer crap that we like?
Yep. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm Cass. My pronouns are she, her. I have been doing crazy computer crap since forever. Like I'm sure a lot of you here, you get this bug as a kid and it just never goes away. Mm-hmm. First computer I had was a TRS-80 Coco, but we didn't use it much because we only had a few cartridges for it. And then a bunch of tapes that never loaded. The tapes just never worked. So the first time I got a real working computer was a hand-me-down Apple II Plus clone by one of the companies called Unitron. Apparently there were two of them, I've heard.
Brazilian.
So we got one of the Unitrons. I have no idea which one. And it was well and truly outdated when we got it. This would have been like, I don't know, around 1990-ish, I want to say. Yeah, I was around it was like the last couple of years of elementary or maybe the first year of junior high for me, something like that. And yeah, so I did a lot of stuff on that computer. That really got me into computer things. surprisingly, unlike a lot of people, I didn't really pick up programming until I was an adult. I only started programming for real around 18.
Trina, does that sound familiar to you?
Mhm.
Oh, wait, you still don't know programming. Everybody
do.
make fun of Trina. Point and laugh.
No, I took programming. I haven't programmed forever, but I still like if somebody's talking about it, I can still follow along with the logic of it.
Right,
Oh.
sure.
So
Yeah.
when did you forget about it?
I haven't. Well, officially, I don't know. It was 2007 when I graduated, so and I haven't used it since. But
Yeah.
as I said, I can still follow the logic along when people are talking about it. So.
Right. So yeah, I
Back to
haven't
Cass
programmed a
now
lot.
that I've derailed the conversation. Go ahead, Cass. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Wait, why am I apologizing? That's your job right now.
Yeah.
But Cash, you're Canadian. We apologize for everybody.
That's true. That's true. That's a very good point. Yeah, once I did start programming, I got into the whole web thing for a while and tried to do web programming for various companies. I was never very good at it. I got out of that line of business, and currently I buy and sell junk through a recycler here in town that was started by one of my friends, well, several of my friends actually, called Resi Borg. Our website is resiborg.com. We do like eBay listings and mail order stuff, so you can just go on our website and pick shit up, which is very cool. And yeah, so I've been doing that for a little while now. Not sure exactly how long. Yeah, it's a lot more fun. And then I have hobby projects that involve some programming, but it's all like little microcontroller stuff. So like using Arduino libraries and things like that, and just gluing stuff together. And yeah, it's much more nice when there's like, no big pressure on you. Oh yeah, look, there's one of my projects. Okay. I will get into that when we're on the project section. That is absolutely coming up today. 100%.
My face is stuck.
What?
My face is stuck.
Sorry, Cass. What is the name?
Somebody's got to make bad jokes.
What is the name of your company again? It's Rescue.
No, Resi Borg, RECYBORG.com. Yeah, someone's putting that in the chat.
So you're part of the Borg?
Yes, I am part of the Borg. That's correct. Yes,
Resistance
you will be assimilated. Check out my implants. Right. Yeah, here I'll put the name in the chat.
Here I just got the link, so I'm just gonna put.
You just got okay, fantastic. Yes, that's us. That's us. Resiborg.com. Yes, you can go on there and see the kind of stuff that we have available. There's not a lot of retro stuff, but there is retro stuff, and more.
A hot pink bathtub. Yes.
A what?
A hot pink bathtub.
Oh yeah, we have all kinds of stuff. We mostly do like metal and electronics recycling. So most of the electronics is more like old business PCs that are very boring spec wise. That's not very interesting. We do have a lot of audio gear. We do have a lot of metal stuff. We also do some metal fabrication. So there's like a little welding shop. And yeah, there you go. That's our website. And yeah, I forget what I was going to say about that, but yeah, it's cool. We have cool stuff. We do cool stuff.
Electronics. Yeah. Computer supply. Click.
Nice.
Waiting.
Yeah, the website is a little slow right now. That's my job to fix it, and I don't like web programming. So, yeah.
You probably need to install one of the WordPress caching systems that does in-memory.
We do have something like that installed, but it's not working very well, and I need to get into that more and debug it more. And I'm not going to get into that whole thing right now.
Yeah, look at all the parts.
Yeah,
we have parts.
Ship it all to me.
Yeah,
that's the end of the statement.
Yeah, well, okay, you can add them all to your cart and press buy. There is also.
What's this buy crap you're talking? No.
Speaking of buying, everybody should go to jcm-1.com, check out the new polka dot section, and buy one of everything.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to talk about that. I'll talk about that when it's my turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, Scarlett,
correct.
the website is run on Arduino.
Sorry.
That's exactly what's happening. No,
Yes.
I need to do some more optimization is the real problem. And
There's a specific plugin that's got some really cool. It does like low level caching in conjunction with the database.
that would
More
be
than just the
very
standard
handy.
page
It may
caching.
already even be
So,
installed and just incorrectly configured. If you could send me
yeah,
the link to that, I would really appreciate
I
it.
will attempt to
Because
remember to do that.
yeah, and also attempt to remember to remind you because yeah, this is something we do need badly. And we have tried various caching solutions and nothing could get set up right.
Yeah.
And we were having some other problems with what appeared to be a database deadlock. We solved that one by moving away from like managed WordPress to a VPS. So now, because the managed WordPress was terrible, you could have a total of like 75 process IDs on your whole site. So as soon as too many database connections got opened, there was some kind of deadlock and just the whole thing, the whole website would 503 and you couldn't even log into the admin to get it back up. You had to like contact their tech support and get them to kill all your PHP processes. It was a huge pain in the ass. Now we're on a VPS. So if things do get overloaded, things just slow down like you just saw.
Yep.
You might get 1 or 2 or 3 503s, but everything else just clears up after a few seconds. It's much better now. But it still needs optimization for the customer experience that you just had there. Absolutely. And that is on my task board.
Yay!
Cool. So yeah, that's about it for me for the moment, I guess.
Cool. Awesome. So, since you're our guest, we're going to let you go first as well regarding what you working on. What's the coolest project you're working on right now with Retro Computers? Why don't you tell everybody?
I thought it went repair things then project, but
I don't care. We're just doing crap.
Okay. Well, the coolest thing I am
there's
working
no
on,
schedule and nothing matters.
right?
So
Nothing matters. Okay.
The way I say it goes.
Well. The coolest thing I am working on right now, which I've told some of you about already, but I have these, and I imagine the guests don't know about this. I mean, not guests, the commenters. I have these industrial DVD players. They are the Pioneer model V7400. And so in addition to your normal DVD player stuff with the remote or the front panel buttons and all that control stuff, there are multiple other things you can do with them for various use cases. They have multiple different use cases. So for example, there's a PS2 port on the front. You can plug in a mouse there or a keyboard, or with a Y cable, which I need to get, you can plug in both. And so the keyboard gives you your basic video titler, so you can put up text over your DVDs or whatever you're doing. And then the mouse gives you a little drawing thing, so you can draw on it. And this is called the video blackboard. So this is useful, for example, in education. You can like circle the frog along or whatever. Then there's it has all the like professional ins and outs on the back. There's everything's BNC connectors, and then so you've got your composite and also component, and then there's also an S video, which is not BNC, of course. And there is also a little DA15 connector, 15-pin D sub, which has button inputs. You can put up to 8 buttons on it for the basic front panel functions: play, pause, stop, fast forward, blah, blah, blah. You can also hook up a button matrix with diodes using just those same inputs and get up to 72 buttons on the thing. And those buttons can access groups of programs that are coded into the thing by barcode. Unfortunately, I do not have the barcode wedge for it, which is really too bad, because that would let me do some much cooler stuff with it. Now, I may be able to figure out how to hack that, I'm hoping. So we'll look at that. But yeah, so this could be used, for example, in a travel kiosk. You walk in. Yeah, exactly. You walk in and there's this video playing saying, where do you want to go? And you've got like a button for Aruba and a button for Mexico City and blah, blah, blah. And you just hit a button and it executes the program that runs. Retro Techie, oui, je peux, mais ça va prendre comme 2 fois plus longtemps, donc je fais pas aujourd'hui, désolé. Anyway, Right.
And
So yeah, you could.
Cass just politely told off Retro Techie, and none of us know.
Yeah.
That is actually exactly what I did. And so yeah, that's one of the neat features. And then the last feature, the very cool feature that I'm going to be using on the serial port is the serial port. It's got just plain old RS-232 or RS-422 over that connector as well. And there's like a defined like API for talking to it. And so you can program in all of the things I just talked about. Unfortunately, I was really hoping that you could send drawing commands to draw Blackboard features on the screen with this. You can't. That's not a feature that's available over the serial port. What you can do is show or hide pre-programmed Blackboard graphics. So what I'm going to try to do is pre-compute a bunch of game pieces and then let you play games on it that are controlled over the serial port by hiding and showing game pieces. So you could do like chess or checkers. My initial goal though is Snake. If you remember the old Snake game from the Nokia telephones, because a friend challenged me to do that, and so that's what I'm working on right now. I'm writing an interface to it in Python. I'm not far along yet, but like so far everything's going well, and I have a lot of confidence that I will be able to make this work.
That's cool.
Thank you.
I also wanted to briefly mention, or get you to briefly mention, that didn't you not design a firmware for a certain retro computer product recently?
I sure did. I was going to get into that later when we talk about what we're repairing, because I'm trying to get the booting again properly. There's some, but yes. So the SP2SD is basically a smart port device that plugs into your standard 19 or 20 pin smart port port and gives you access to up to 4 smart port images of arbitrary size that are stored on an SD card. Yep, there we go. So this is based on the code of 2 other people before me. First, there was a guy named Robert Justice who wrote the initial thing for the Atmega 32, but it wasn't using the Arduino framework. He just wrote like bare code to do this.
That's because he's been around for 1 billion years.
Yes,
he is the one who comes before.
Yes, that's right. That's right. So and for storage, it used a compact flash card, which is easy to talk to, very easy to talk to, but a little annoying because they're not super popular anymore. Then someone else came along, a guy named Andrea Ottaviani, who is living in Italy, is Italian, and he updated Robert's code to run on Arduino and changed the compact flash out for SD card, which is cool, but it still had the problem where everything was in the what's that adapter for the Apple II that you can stick a compact flash into, and you can put 4 images on it, but they're just raw blocks.
CSFA.
No, not that one. That even allows file system access.
Turbo.
Yes,
WDrive?
the MicroDrive Turbo. Thank you. So It was in MicroDrive Turbo format, where you just take 4 32 meg long images and concatenate them as one binary file, and then raw write that to the card, which is annoying to manage. I didn't like that. I was like, okay, I want to make this more easy to use. So I dropped the SDFAT library in there, and immediately the code was way too big to fit in the Arduino. So basically, I shaved down a bunch of the buffers. The way it was there was 2 buffers. Like you would put data in one and then encode it in the other and then send that out, and vice versa for decoding. Because SmartPort, you cannot send arbitrary 8-bit values out of SmartPort, and you cannot receive them. Every byte that goes into and out of a SmartPort has to have the high order bit set. You just cannot change this. It's an artifact of the way the IWM works, in fact. So the way SmartPort does it is they send out 7-bit bytes, and then they pack the high order, or I guess it's 8 7-bit. 7 7-bit bytes. Then they pack all the missing high order bits into an 8th 7-bit byte. then so you have to like have a buffer to reassemble these. And there were 2 buffers in the code, and I was like, wait a minute, why don't we just do this in place? So I
It's
like
fast
worked it
enough to
out.
just do it. Yeah.
I worked it out, and yeah, if you like going in one direction, you have to start at the start of the buffer and go all the way to the end, and then the other direction you have to start at the end of the buffer and go to the start, because otherwise you'll end up stepping on existing data in the buffer. But if you just do that, you just unzip in the correct direction. I forget which one's which, in fact. But if you just do that, your number of buffers goes from 2 to 1. And then furthermore, the buffer was 768 bytes long, but the largest packet is only 608 bytes when it's in smart portinated. So I cut that down, and yeah, everything just fits in an Arduino now.
Nice.
And then after that, Kei Koba from Japan, who's been a member of this community for a long time and likes to make lots of little cool gadgets, he wanted to basically turn this into a commercial product. And I said, sure, go ahead. And Robert and Andrea were also on board. So Kei did. And now it's a commercial product. And I'm trying to I want to do some more development on it, add some features and stuff. And we're having a little problem with that right now. Do you want me to go into that right now, or should I save that for the repair part?
I don't care.
Whatever
Go
you
ahead.
want.
I don't
Okay.
know what you're talking about. Repair part. We don't do a repair section, but talk.
I mean,
Well,
to
we're
talk-
retro repair. We should.
We
Yes,
should,
exactly.
but we don't because
No,
we did that for 3 episodes. It was boring. Everybody
No,
left. and so we
I'm
changed the
not
format.
going to be physically repairing anything. I'm going to tell you what needs to be repaired.
Okay,
So
talk about it.
Kei is using these extremely cheap clone Arduinos
Oh.
from like AliExpress. This is I want to say Pro Micro, something like that. Pro Micro, I believe that's what this is.
Mhm.
And they don't have a serial to USB chip on them, and they don't use the Atmega 32U4. So you have to have a serial to TTL or a USB to TTL serial adapter to program them. And he's had no trouble doing this, but the person who is selling them in Canada, a guy named Drake,
Hey, we know
he
Drake.
hasn't. Sorry,
Drake.
We
Yeah,
know
Drake.
Drake.
Drake's part of our team. Yeah.
Yeah, he's around. So he was having some trouble programming the thing, and I need to be able to program the thing as well because I want to do more feature development, because I originally did it on just a plain Arduino. I want to be developing on the actual product. So neither Drake nor I have been able to get our programming yet. We've tried a bunch of things, but I still have more ideas. This is not the end of the road. There's a bunch more things to try yet. So yeah, that's where I'm at in terms of repairing things.
Oh,
Steve,
and
Retro
I
Techie?
also, there was a mention one night on Discord of a possible U.S. North American
Yes,
seller.
yes.
Joe.
No, it's not Joe.
So this other person beat me to it by less than 24 hours.
Oh, okay. That was the last I heard about it with Joe. So
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
all
No.
I have to say to that is the more the merrier. But
Yeah, I would have been happy if it was Joe, but for the moment, yeah, it's not.
however,
I can, if anybody is in the US and wants to buy one, I'll send you a link. Just send me a message on Discord or on YouTube here or something, and I can easily send you the link. Because yeah, it is a very handy device to have. And just until like a couple days ago, no one was selling one in the US. You either had to get annoying expensive shipping from Japan or annoying expensive shipping from Canada if you lived in the US. And now that problem has been solved, so they're available in the US now.
Oh, is there a Canadian seller?
Yeah, it's Drake.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense then.
Jeez, Trina.
Trina, you
Well, no,
need to wake up.
I thought.
You're
Hold on.
constantly saying that Javier's the one who forgets crap, and we were just talking about this.
No, but
What
we
the
were
hell?
talking about Drake having problems programming
We're
them.
becoming the
I
new
just
Javier.
thought he was
That's a
just trying
problem.
to program them. Didn't know he was also selling them.
He was trying to program them to sell them.
There we go. See, that was the missing link right there.
Oh,
I'm gonna poke you
Trina.
with my probe.
It
Joe, what
has
are you
to be
doing?
Trina. Yeah,
He's
poking Trina.
probing us.
Tip for
Oh,
cleaning.
I see. Okay.
Because I was
Sorry, I
working on
didn't
coffee
put
drives,
I
so
didn't
had
put
my
together that he was
bench.
programming it and selling it. Like that.
Right. Yes. Understand.
There was a
Understand.
missing gap there. and it's
Yes.
in between my ears.
Francois, I'm not sure what what you're talking about seeing someone do the same work you did. Everybody who's working on this is collaborating, or yeah, I'm not sure what you're referring to there.
I don't know.
Anyway,
We'll find out eventually.
Okay.
Cool.
Right.
So,
Wait, I have one question from Retro Techie here, which was if any Tandy stuff came in lately
oh yeah.
at my work. And let me think. Tandy, no. I got some TI-99 4A stuff, but no Tandy stuff recently, unfortunately. Sorry.
Oh, and my question or
Yeah.
my comment, keyboard.
Yes, right. Oh yeah, I
I'll
meant to tell someone to look out for that, and then I totally spaced on it. I'm sorry.
I'll message you off tomorrow on Discord.
Yeah, yeah, tomorrow is good because tomorrow's Monday. That means someone's in the shop and I can ping them about it tomorrow.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
that's perfect. Thank you.
Cool. And Cass, he still has your RAM. Retro
Oh,
Techie stuff.
geez, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Anyway,
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, you're thinking dirty thoughts. I can see it in your eyes. You have dirty eyes, as I'm told at work.
what?
When you
What?
said he has your RAM, and you just got this look on your face,
What?
like you were
Oh,
thinking
boy.
dirty thoughts.
What?
anyway, moving on.
What are you talking about? Price goes up with time. Anyway. I'm not gonna touch that one. Anyway, Javier, what have you been working on lately? Tell us about your projects, sir.
After all these, I think I am just beyond anything. Anyway, I actually I am a little bit upset with Cass because I thought the project we were working on was a more important one, but now I see that I'm not like okay, that's it.
Well, I'm
No.
working on. I realize that, but I also would like to say that I have a bunch of other projects that I'm working on. I
What?
just didn't want to take up too much
Oh
space
man,
there.
no, that's it.
Talking about
That's it.
all of them, if we have
And I'm
time-
sorry. And to be fair, Javier never works on projects. What he does is he goes, "I need help with X," and then he goes, "Here, do the work, Eric." Eric's
No.
Edge,
I
and then
blow
I'm going to
things
sit
up.
back and reap the rewards and put your name
Yeah.
on
I break
over
things and send them
Because
to
anybody
Joe.
doesn't know the reference there, Javier was trying to get a Raspberry Pi emulator Apple II GS thing working, and then Eric offered to do it, and Javier's like, "Thanks." And so now we're making this joke like Javier pawned it off on Eric, when really that's not the case. But that's
Whoopsh. No.
And then
Eric,
Javier
that's
just-
awesome.
Javier just
So-
promised him to
Eric's Edge.
promote him.
specifically.
Eric's Edge, yes.
Oh my gosh, it's Steve is here. Let's give
Yes,
Steve an
yes, Steve.
So yeah, Steve. So anyway, I've been working on several projects. One of them is I'm redoing. I took this again because I did this a few months ago. It's a system saver for the Apple II.
Oh,
It's
nice.
a little switch that you put on the side, and let me show it the way it should be. So in an Apple II, you put it on the side, and it has a fan. It has a switch on the front, and it has contacts on the back, so you can connect your Apple II, and you can switch it on from the front, and it adds a new fan over there. So I'm working on a new version for people that maybe theirs is broken, so they can print out one and they have it. Plus, I'm also creating one that has new features. So yeah, exactly. I'm a fan. Other thing that I've been working with somebody that I don't want to know. I don't want to name the person because this person is like, I've been doing some joystick work. I got this joystick stuff. I don't want to know I don't want to name people because I'm not that important for them. So it's okay. So anyway, I got my 3D printed joysticks, and I'm trying to repair and create maybe a new version. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yep. Yeah. No, don't worry. We will get to that.
I'm teasing you, of course.
I know you are.
Don't worry about it.
I know. But the last couple times,
I'm doing some conversions on monitors. I got one or two monitors that they didn't work, so I was gonna trash them, and I just got rid of the internals, and I'm gonna put LED on the front.
Mm,
So I've been doing a lot of those conversions on the Apple IIc ones.
nice.
That the people have seen them in the past, but now I'm also going big now. Go big
Mm.
or go
Go
home.
big or go home. Yep.
Did you get that?
Actually,
Did you get that monitor done that you were working on that night for the person?
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, a couple
gone,
days ago.
and
Oh, sweet.
yep, person has it already. So
Nice.
now I'm gonna work on that one. So that's what I'm working on right now.
nice. I actually have a classic 2 that has a lot of problems to the point where it's not really recoverable. I want to do that conversion to it. I hear that a 10-inch iPad screen fits perfectly in those.
9.7, yes.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a-
yeah.
9.7, and
I
yeah,
have,
there's actually even 3D, the
yeah,
little thing that goes inside. It's already
yeah, yeah.
available
So
online. So yeah.
that's on my to-do list, but I don't want to buy the adapter board because I just don't want to spend any money on this project. So I'm waiting for something to come in at work because we do sometimes get like LCD stuff at work.
Oh, cool.
So I'm waiting for an applicable display controller to come in at work. I have one that I put aside that might do the trick, but I'm not sure. I got to do some more research.
I get them at eBay or AliExpress, yes, and they're not that expensive, like $20-$30.
Right. Yeah. See, I saw some of them at 30. That's too much. And that's 30
Yeah,
American.
I
You know,
know.
that's too much for this project. This is just me trying to build some shit out of broken
Right.
parts, So, but if I come across one for cheap or free, I'll pick it up. Absolutely.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Sorry, what do you need?
The like some kind of standard input signal to iPad display converter. Just like you can
Oh.
get these, they exist. Javier gets them. It just has a DVI or whatever on the back and puts out the 30-pin LVDS that's necessary to control the iPad screen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Libs.
so I need some of those.
So
What?
Trina, what are you working on?
Nothing, honestly. Between work and lately the repair side of my business has picked up. So between doing those two things, working on other people's computers, replacing power supplies, testing memory, putting in SSDs. So that's been keeping me busy. I
Buying
really
boxes and boxes and boxes of cables and shipping them all to Steve as a joke.
no comment.
No comment.
I sent him 52 pounds of hard drives 2 weeks ago, so it's like
Oh, I see a question from Francois, and I have the answer. Yes, Francois, you absolutely can do that. You just need to get this second adapter board that sits in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
It'll go from DVI to iPad display, no problem. Then you get a secondary 10-inch 1024 by 768 display.
I will be so I got 6 2007 iMacs. I did not get 2007 iMacs. As Gutbaum said this morning, you got 2007 iMacs. Yeah, here in this place. Where the heck? Anyway, yeah. So I'm going to be putting in 128 gig SSDs in them, and then selling them off.
Nice.
So that's kind of my side project.
So just to answer before anything, the Brancus question, I print TPU. What do we call these things?
Bezel,
Mount,
bezels,
bezel shields. Yeah.
So it's a bezel. This is in 2 parts because it was too big for my printer to print in one piece. But normally I print them in one piece on my printer. And this is TPU. It's like almost like rubber. It's a filament. And then you just, you have the curve on one side and it's not on the other one. So you put the curve inside and then it's going to be flat. So you don't have any holes in between the.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Yep.
Javier, I'm gonna place an order for you for something you can print with that stuff.
Oh Jesus, no!
Oh
Trina.
my God!
We talked about this.
Oh my!
You asked me, and I've already refused.
I know.
need more tequila. I need more tequila. That's it.
But it's Javier, so he has no morals. Come on.
I have a question about the bezels. Why are you using TPU specifically? Is there any reason they need to be flexible?
I used to do them in foam, black foam. So what happens is that when you put there's a gap, and if you put something hard in there, it it won't, fit very well.
Oh, it doesn't
You need
conform
something
very
that's
well.
like foam, so you can push it in
There can-
and
Uh-huh.
really,
Mhm. Okay.
clears the gap
And-
and it makes it like.
Understood.
And I've seen
Understood.
it too, where like for just as an aside, like this Mac I have right here.
Yeah.
Even though it's like the glass is supposed to conform to the screen, there's tiny variations. So there's a gap
Mhm.
down here, even though everything
Mhm.
is fully sunk down and in
Mhm.
there. So
Mhm.
so what can happen is those variations in the plastic over years can lead to those little gaps. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Understood. Very cool.
Hi Javier, I took over your answer like a
No, that's
jerk.
good. That's perfect. Yeah, that's a good answer. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna need to trade you some things for some of the for a couple of those bezels then, or at least one of them.
No worries. I'll hook you up.
Thanks.
I do a lot of little things, I do now that I discovered TPU and I got a good printer. I've been actually doing a lot of things in TPU, like the rubber feet like that Joe is making.
Right. I saw those.
But also I'm recreating a lot of connectors.
Mhm.
Because remember in the
What I'm
past there
talking
was a
about
lot
the
of connectors that now they don't exist anymore.
Mm.
And I'm recreating those connectors. People don't. I mean, I'm the one who are very nitpicky on those things, but people don't really care about those connectors. I do. I want them to have the logo and everything, and recreating new ones. It's very cool to do it in TPU. It's.
Which kind of connectors are you talking about?
I'll show you in a sec.
Sure.
So this is an original one from Apple.
Wait 1 sec. I just accidentally paged away from the thing here. Hang on. How do I even? Yeah, there we go.
And before anybody screams at me that it's broken, it's not. I didn't break that. It came in a computer like that, and I was crying. But it is what it is. This is a disc to DB19 connector. And what happens is that these are difficult to get. So what I do is I recreate them. It's there it is. It's a TPU. It's flexible.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
And I actually put up an SD card instead of a drive image over there, so it looks more like a modern thing. You can see it over there.
Okay, we're gonna have to talk about cases because I'd love to have a case like that for the for the SP2ST project.
Oh well, yeah. Let's do that. No problem.
I'd love to
very
have
happy
that with
help.
the 19 pin on the one end and the little SD card slot on the other, and a couple LEDs popping out the side.
I like to do
that
this
would be
thing,
so
yeah,
good.
We'll
Hey,
talk.
Javier, what brand of TPU do you use? Did you answer that question already?
No.
I honestly don't care about the brand, because the printer is so good that it prints anything. I'm not trying to sound like a jerk, but yeah, I'm just getting anything. I honestly are more worried about the color, but unfortunately TPU there's only gray, white, black, and very horrible colors like green and orange that I don't care about. But yeah, I would like to be like the ones that we use for the filament that we use for matching the color of the computer, but I haven't got any of those. Yeah.
No, I can imagine they don't have exactly what you want.
No, they don't.
For the one I'm talking about, gray is fine. Maybe a pink variation for those of us whose computers are gay.
Hey, well,
and yeah, that'd be perfect.
Cool.
But yeah, the gray is not that bad.
Yeah, no, that's pretty close.
But
that's
again,
good enough.
it's not exactly the same gray as
the
original one.
Whatever gray that is, I do want to know exactly what that is because I'm using gray for another project right now, and it's not correct. So
I'll go and grab the filament in a few minutes, and I'll let you guys know the brand. But it's not a real good brand. So anyway,
there you go.
What printer are you using, by the way?
I am using the best printer in the world, thanks to part of Joe and a lot of good people in the community.
Actually, hold on. Let's answer this question with this answer. Check out Javier's YouTube channel.
Trina,
he did a glorious review.
You're the best. It's Bamboo X1 Carbon. Is one of the best printers in I'm gonna say in the world. And
I have heard of them.
Joe, and Joe got it thanks to Macintosh Librarian. Yeah, and he began to use it. I saw what he did, and I was like, yeah, I want it. I was crying all day, and then cornered, so, until I got help from my friends, and I got one, and now I cannot stop printing. Actually, right now I'm printing something, so
It's
I
crazy.
Wonderful. Yes, we
can-
definitely have to talk because I want cases for things.
no problem. No problem.
Yeah.
And Javier, what is the link to your YouTube channel?
Hab Master. Just type JAV Master all together. Do not, I'd say, do not put JAB only. Okay, JABmaster.com, and you'll find me.
Yes.
Yes, because you can find interesting things under.
Do not.
But the bamboo printer is great. You can make it print better, but it is almost impossible to print badly with it. And if you print badly with it, you've done one of two things. One, your filament got moisture in it and got brittle, or you're an idiot like me and put your greasy monkey paws all over the print surface and stuff doesn't stick to it.
Or you don't know how to use computers or anything, so you should go back and
you can do specific tuning for specific filaments to get it even better. Little temperature tweaks and stuff to make it to improve that quality. But if you want basically a printer that's a freaking refrigerator, when you say, "Hi printer, you make thing, I go do something else," the Bamboo X1 series or the P1P, which is the less expensive version of that, are great.
They will tell you, "I'll print it. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be beautiful. Go do your stuff."
Yeah.
That looks really good because, I've seen a lot of people struggle with 3D printers, and the results are almost universally bad.
Talk to this guy up here before he got the.
I lost all my hair trying to make that.
Don't lie. We know you didn't have it before you had the printer.
No, because he burnt it off with all the friggin' power supplies he's blowing up. So
right.
And so
I love not to have to be tweaking 3D printers. Thank you very much.
I bet.
Oh, and hello to Eric's Edge, who has joined the chat.
Eric's there, Polyterra PLA. Yeah, Polyterra is top of the line. Mine is like Chinese, not very basic, but I'll get it in a few minutes.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, it's expensive. The printer is expensive. Yes, it is. It's very expensive, but you save in the long term a lot of money, and you can get the cheap one. Well, cheap.
It seems to be very much a you get what you pay for kind of thing.
Yeah. Steve asking, has anyone tried the Bamboo A1?
The A1 is very good, and if you value your time, it is well worth it because you can spend 20 minutes every time you want to print just trying to make the printer work and then send the print. And then in the middle of the print, a 20-hour print, the printer will just go.
Yep, seen that happen. Seen that happen.
To me. So I know. And I printed the longest one I did. I just did one 2 or 3 days ago for my daughter. I did one of those moving snakes. It was 8 hours. It was very complex. It was like 2 days in reality. 8 hours, and it was beautiful.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
So, Joe, what are you working on?
Oh, God. What am I not working on? I am taking in jobs again for repair. So if you've got an old computer that needs fixed, hit me up. I specialize in 8-bit computers. I am especially, to quote a little Kill Bill, I'm extremely proficient in the Macintosh SE and SE3s.
Nice.
But I aim to do 8 bits in the compact Macs. I'm really good at those. So if you've got one of those that has some sort of issue or problem and you need it fixed, hit me up. In relation to that, this is kind of related to a recent get that I'll talk about. Because I don't think I talked about it. Yeah, I talked about it in the last one, so I'll talk about it again. So a few weeks ago, I got an original Mac 128. Right here.
Yep. Nice.
From February of 1984. The problem is it had been converted to a Mac Plus. So it had the 800K drive and the 800K drive metal carrier and all of that stuff in there, right? So I Sloopy has a funny comment which has something to do with me, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But anyway, so I wanted to convert this back to 400K, and I found a wonderful person in our community, which we all know as Adam McGee, who's like, yeah, I have like a whole bunch of those drives, plus I have one of the metal frames. If you fix my drives, I'll let you keep one of the drives in the metal frame to make your Mac complete. And just yesterday, I got this put back together. So now this is now a complete 100% finished original 128K Mac with 128K RAM and no mods and no nothing. It's just
nice.
the Macintosh.
Vanilla.
Which is perfect because in 2 weeks, it will be the 40th anniversary of one of the most important computers ever released to market, the Macintosh. So anyway.
Are you going to release a video for that?
I'm planning on it. And by playing, I mean it's like rattling around my brain with all the other marbles, but they keep knocking into each other and like shattering into smaller and smaller. We'll see if that marble survives. But yeah, if I do, it'll be a relatively short video. I mean, there's not much to say about it that hasn't already been said, other than, you know, the Mac is freaking cool. Love the Mac. So all of that's to say, that's, you know, kind of a part of the recent gets, but all that's to say, I have on my bench right now all of those drives to repair. So here they are. I started working on those tonight. Yeah, they're a mess. They are an absolute eyesore of a mess. They need, I don't know, they need to be boiled in oil or something to become them. I haven't figured it out yet. They are just whatever. I miss Jizz videos. I miss my videos too. But I've been busy trying to like build a process for providing really cool toys to people, and that yeah, that's been taking up a lot of my time, so I haven't been doing videos as much. Joe needs to play bingo with the marbles. Yeah, sure. Sloopy Sloopy made a comment. I have an Apple III that doesn't work, also has RAM issues. Can you fix it? The joke is that I gave Sloopy my busted Apple III board that I destroyed by putting the power plug in like backwards and putting 12 volts on the ground line and stuff like an idiot. But yeah, I'm just like, here, you can have this. If you can fix it, it's yours.
Nice.
So that's that joke. But other things that I'm working on, 2 really cool projects that are both heavily inspired by Ron's computer videos, who is not here tonight. So I want to make sure that I call these 2 projects out very specifically. So Ron saw this really cool video that I think it was a live stream of a prototype Mac that Steve of Mac 84 had, that had a lot of just prototypey stuff about it. And one of the things it had was the feet on the bottom of them had little apples in them, because the very early prototypes did. They eventually went to feet that were just generic 3M feet. There's a whole story on folklore.org about these, what they're called bump-on feet. But Ron got this idea to 3D model replacement feet. So he did about 80% of the work on these 3D feet, but it required a little bit of tweaking. And so I did, you know, I tried to do Javier and kind of sort of did okay on it, and got that refined. So I am sending out to certain special people who have a reason to beta test these. Steve, for example. Steve, if you're there and you want to beta test them and you won't lose this in your pile of stuff in your room, no, you will. Let me know and I'll send these out to you. But anybody who wants to beta test a few of these, I'm going to send these out to like 3 or 4 people to test them out to see how they work. And if they work, then you can get those on jcm-1.com.
Steve said, yes, please.
Yes. Mac feet, send some to Steve.
So that's
showing right now the crappy brand of my TPU filament, just for you to know.
Cool.
This is the black one.
How thick are they? Yes. Cool. There you go. Francois, I don't know what you're referring to. Like these things, I don't know. They're like 2.5 millimeters. They're not very thick. But I've also made ones that don't have the logo on them, so they're just planes, and they're made out of TPU. So yeah, if those end up testing out well, then we can do the thing. I know that you can get 3M bump-ons. That's fine. I am aware of that. But they're still kind of hard to find. So, I wanted to provide that as an option.
And they don't have the Apple logo.
Yeah, you can't get them. Yeah. It's kind of a weird, like, should I even be selling those? But I'm not selling them they're going to be dollars. Like, they're going to be super cheap. And of course it will come with the 3M stickies to stick them on as well. So, but I want some people to actually test them in a real world environment where they're really going to be able to like get into it. Cause my Macs just go up there and just live there. I bring them out, play with them for a little bit, then put them back. I don't really move them around a lot. So I need people who are willing to test the crap out of them and make sure that they stick and all of that. So that's what's going on with that. But again, those were Ron's idea. And I kind of just I helped him finish the design a little bit. So those will be in the Ron section. They'll be in the Classic Mac section, but also in the Ron section of my website. Yes, Joe's Naboo is still there. Yes, I haven't touched it. It's just I'm sorry, it's way low on my list. It's there. I have one. I'll get to it. It's not going anywhere. It sat in a warehouse for 40 years. It's going to be fine there. Fine.
That's a fair point.
Fine.
Another 40 years.
The other thing I wanted to talk about, so we can buy feet now in JCM. Not yet. I want to get some beta testers to make sure that they're actually going to be a solid product, work well, get feedback from people and all of that before I actually put them up there.
I use TPU for feet, so
yeah.
I'm sure it's going to be okay.
And I may want to talk to you because the TPU I'm using is there's a term, there's a number associated to it. I'm using 95. There's some letters and a number. It's the hardness of it. And 95 is too stiff, I think.
Okay.
But I can't find good filament in the right Trina. I can't find filament in the right color that is softer. So yeah. That I can't see the hardness rating on that at all.
Well, if you made them big, you might be able to.
Well, it's not listed on there. It's not.
Yeah, it's not listed. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, we'll see.
The Shore Index, the 95A or whatever it is. 95 is pretty stiff. I'd like to get way down in the 60s. That would be nice and stickier, but then it's harder and harder to print and whatever. Yeah. So it's a trade-off. The other cool project I wanted to talk about was the polka dots project. So all I'll say is that if you know, I will pull it up on my website because it's funny.
Someone did have to explain this to me. I'm glad
I
know.
Yeah.
All right,
too.
Let's do that.
I could have had it ready, but I didn't. Here we go. So we're gonna go right screen. So this is the
Make
polka
yourself
dots
big, Joe.
collection. Oh, you know it. So this is the polka dots collection on jcm-1.com. So this was inspired by a project that was started by, kind of pulled around several times by many people in our community, but it kind of came to a head last weekend with Ron. Ron did a lot of work on it. He went through, and I'll get to what the meaning of all of this is to those who don't know. But for those who know, you're laughing in your chair right now, so it's fine. Ron did a lot of work in figuring out all of the color codes for these little and then I took his picture, and for those who don't know, Ron he is differently abled when it comes to seeing color.
Oh yeah,
So his colors were all washed out in a very specific direction on the color. I could just tell that he was seeing it in the yellow end of the spectrum. So I reworked all of the colors and made them brighter and snappier. And I sent my version of that out to Ron. It's like, hey Ron, here's your design. And then he made a comment to me that seemed to indicate to me, because I'm stupid and have like a touch of the ADHD and some social autism, that seemed to me that he was giving me the authorization to put these up as products on my store when that's not what he was actually doing. And then I put him on my store, and then he was upset with me, and then we apologized, and we're all fine now. But I wanted to get that out in the air publicly, in case somebody thinks I stole somebody's idea, because technically I did, and I made a mistake. But they're there now. So this is the line of products. It's called the I Know What I Got, and it has the familiar polka dots theme. Now, for those who do not know, I am not going to call out any particular person's name.
Crazy Ken. Crazy Ken.
Crazy Ken. It's all about Crazy Ken. However, there is a certain person who sells products on certain auction sites whose entire, I don't know what you want to call it, their brand is to put pictures of their products in front of this style of polka dot colors.
Or on top of, because I've also seen like things
Yeah.
sitting on top of it and then going in the background.
Yes. This person, I don't know, they coordinated their entire house with a collection of these things. We actually were able to find it. It was a certain homewares collection that you could get from Target in the mid 2000s. You know, you can do that. You can go to Walmart or Target and get like all of the things to like design an entire bathroom, all that matched. Right. It was something like that. And so this person uses tablecloths and bed sheets and comforters and all this other stuff with this polka dot pattern to advertise their products. Now, the thing about this person is that their products are way, way, way overpriced. Mm-hmm. So I've got a color classic that I'm selling for $2,499, that kind of thing. So they've kind of become a little bit of a joke out there. So we decided to take the piss and make fun of this person. So we did the whole "I know what I got" thing in reference to eBay sellers who think they know what they got.
So if I may, I'm just gonna say, Crazy Ken, I told him because he has been here in the program, and he did a specific episode about him. So if you want, go look for Crazy Ken and look for that episode, and you will know more about it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the wonderful reference. So all of the cool things. My favorite is this one, is the throw blanket, because you can like put the blanket down and take your pictures.
I'm gonna do that. I love it.
Right.
I'm gonna take it with my shorts that I've ordered.
Yes. And then for the ladies and the gentlemen, we have boxer briefs. Yep. And of course, for the gentlemen, you need to let everybody know that you know what you got, right? And for the ladies, we got the same. I know we got the same thing. So get your mugs and your T-shirts and stuff. If you want to, always and forever for the rest of your life, acknowledge the hilarity of these specific auction items and their overpricedness. You can buy well underpriced products from jcm-1.com.
Joe, can we make Steve a mod on YouTube?
Yes, that will require a little bit of doing, because I have to actually log into YouTube and do it.
Well, why don't you make yourself small and make me big, and I'm going to do a talk.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Click button. Go.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
So, for those who don't know, there was an email sent out today from the VCF Midwest.
Yes, I did want to talk about that. Yes, go ahead. Yes.
Okay,
yes.
I'm gonna share my screen, and then I can show the email. Let me just get it. Window. Where? Okay, I'll just go here. So we're gonna. Yeah, I know it's taking a second. Jeez, Louise. Okay, can you see it?
You're not showing it. You're not sharing it.
Oh, make me normal size, maybe.
Trying.
There
Lots
we
of
go.
things.
Ooh, boy.
Okay.
There
Can you
it is.
see the email now?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ta-da. So VCF Midwest this year. Well, late last year it was announced they weren't going to be hosting it anymore at the Clarion Inn,
Mhm.
Waterford Clarion Inn. And in this email, they kind of but there's been no more discussion after that, and everybody's kind of like, wait, is there a VCF Midwest this year? What are we doing with it? Speaking of Ron, by the way, Ron did a little over a 30-minute live stream today. Go check it out, where he, Eric, and Steve Mac84 talk about this email. So I'm not going to kind of go into too much detail about it, but so they're not going to have it at the Waterford Clarion Inn. So and they actually mention this in the email right here. So stop trying to call them to book early, because it's not there. They're still targeting the same weekend, so you can pencil or pin in September 7th to the 8th of this year. It will be going ahead. Admission is still free. Tables, there's going to be a charge for the tables this year.
Oh.
Probably not that much, though. So yeah, so it just kind of, the email just kind of goes through. They're also requesting if you can help with like lifting things, hanging up signs, running cables and putting tape on them. I used to do that quite a bit. Operate a soundboard and camera, pick up trash, and yell nicely at people. I can yell at people. I don't know how nicely it is.
Yeah,
But
same.
there is a link.
I've been on the receiving end of that yelling on more than once. Thanks for reminding me, Stream Mom, for like scheduling the streams. Anyway,
Hey, no problem. There is a link that you can go to for the volunteer registration form. If for those of you who either live in the area or can get to the event sooner. There's also donations, because they have Chicago Classic Computing that they partner with to do this event. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. They haven't announced. This is kind of like a teaser trailer. They haven't announced where the new event is or where the new venue is. Yeah, but go to vcfmw.org, sign up for the emails, and take it from there.
Ooh, I kind of want to go, but I don't think the whole thing is going to be in the budget right now.
Well, we're trying to get something with Frederick and a party bus.
Right. I'm down for that if it happens. I had heard a little chatter about that. It's just my main worry would be getting enough money together for the hotel room for myself.
Yeah, no,
that's my main concern.
Well, you could also look at maybe I'm going to stop sharing at this point, but you could possibly look at like sharing a room with somebody.
Yeah,
which
that's
would
an
help.
option.
And again, we don't know where it is.
Yeah.
So we don't know kind of what pricing is like yet.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was nice to. I took a nap, and then I woke up, and I was like, oh, I should check my emails, because it's odd. Like before, they were coming into my Gmail has this whole sorting of 3 tabs thing, and so before it was coming into my main one, so I would see, oh, I have a new email, but now it's coming into my promotions, so it doesn't notify me when I get a new email.
Pro tip: don't go broke getting there. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, because I mean, like, yeah, we don't know the prices because of the venue isn't announced yet. But the thing is, hotel prices just in general have just gone up everywhere across the board. You know.
But I know last year, like I had planned on going, and then the World of Retro Computing also happened like the next weekend here in Ontario. So I was like, I'm going to stay in Canada. It's cheaper.
Wait, that was in Ontario? Oh,
yeah,
shit.
it's
I
out
need
here.
to go
It was
next year.
It was out here in Kitchener.
Okay, I need to go next year then. Haven't been back to KW in a while.
Well, I don't know if it's going to be there, but that's where it was last year.
Okay, well, fair enough. But yeah, I didn't know that was a Canadian event to begin with. That's good. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, very good, very
and
good.
next year, because I'm going to help, I got to email out the guy and be like, do you need help organizing it? So next year it's going to be known as Twerk. Trina's World of Retro Computing. Hey, Sean. Speaking of Sean, he's going to be getting a disc cloner. It has now been sent his way, as well as a SCSI drive.
Mm. Oh yeah, speaking of repairs, and what's another thing I have to do for you, Trina, is I have to repair that zip drive that has been having some trouble.
Yeah, I know.
I've
I
got
was
it
going
set
to
aside.
message you, and I keep forgetting about it. So
Yeah, I've got it set aside, and I also have some. I've got a couple parallel port drives for set aside as donor parts. So we'll see if I can hit it with a hammer enough to make two of those devices merge into one working one. Exactly. Exactly.
So yeah, so I'm looking forward to actually going to the. This is also part of the reason I want to help kind of organize work, so it's not the next weekend after VCF Midwest, so I can attend both and not be
Hi,
like.
I'm Trina. I join things in order to control them to make them more convenient for me.
Yes.
Sure, why not? Why
Yeah,
not?
hey, I can look after my budget. Come on. But yeah, so we're yeah, but it was exciting to see the email from VCF Midwest because, as I mentioned, there was talk about that they had canceled the old location, and then that was like back in October or November, wasn't it? That they mentioned that,
Mm.
and then there was nothing, dead silence until today. So it was nice to see. It was nice to see that they're going to
Very
be
cool.
holding. But again,
Cool.
no location. So this is kind of the teaser email to go, wait for the
Teaser
next one
trailer.
where we say here's where it is. But as I was starting to say, last year through the VCF Midwest, you could get a code that helps save some money on your room as well. So hopefully they can work the same thing with the new location, wherever that is.
Yay! I hate the stuck again. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I'm good now. Cool. Yeah, I was going to mention since Ron wasn't here, I was going to mention in his behalf that video that he or the stream that he did with the other folks earlier today on that. So yes, cool stuff.
Oh, sorry, Joe. I keep talking about the topics you got to cover.
It's fine. You're doing more work, so I get to do less. It's
There you go.
it's going to be Trina's Retro Repair Roundup. It's fun.
That's right. It already is.
It already is. Yeah. Why do you think I help organize so much?
It's just like this is what it really should be. You know, it's
Yeah.
But no, I did have a couple other things I wanted to talk about that I was working on because there are a lot of people who have been asking about it, and the final main thing was the Trackstar. So I've been working on reverse engineering the Trackstar Plus for the IBM PC. That basically turns your IBM PC into an Apple IIe. I finally got all of the stuff figured out to get the 3 chips that I could not clone myself shipped over to Shenzhen, China, where they're going to do magical stuff to them. And thank you to a wonderful third-party donor who is helping fund the actual reverse engineering process, because it's $2,700 freaking dollars to reverse engineer those chips. It's insanity.
That's actually quite a reasonable rate. So
yeah, I mean, it's expensive. I mean, it makes sense for what you're trying to do, but it is expensive, and I was wanting to work with this third party person, or I was going to do a GoFundMe, but this person helped me work through that so that I can take that cost and not have to have it as part of the recoup of the profitability from sales of the item, so I can get the cost down for everybody. Because if I wasn't going to do that, that would be easily the number one cost. It would have been like something like $27 per board. It's just that reverse engineering cost. So this will help me eliminate that as part of the cost of the board. So
very nice.
That will be super cool.
Very nice, Bertrand.
That's what's going on. Other things, the SpectraGen is on hold. It's on the floor. I still want to get that done. And JCM-1 is on hold. I want to get that done as well. I know, folks, they say get it done. I will, but I've got other things.
No. You don't need to get it done because I have money that will still be sitting on the floor of the weather machine a year from now.
Oh,
So
that's
please,
right. That's
yeah,
right. We have a little bet going, don't we?
we do.
Yeah.
So yeah, no
see.
need to work on that, Joe. Wipe it out. Let that marble smash to dust.
It is under a pile of boxes, so it's very hard for me to even see it right now. So
Perfect. Leave the boxes there for a year.
Because
Mm.
Sloopy got
I
you.
really want to get that done. Oh man, that is the cool. Hi, Opie. That is the coolest thing ever. I just want to get it all set up and have it live stream 24/7, 365 to YouTube
Yeah.
Nice.
for fun.
I know someone who has done that with a different weather system. I don't remember which weather system. I wish I could, but someone is doing that.
You thinking of Tech Night?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Don't remember any of the details. Just that someone did it.
I created all this entire process so I can literally like do step-by-step memory or memory mapping of all the components, figure out what talks to what, so I can figure out what this protocol is for the weather part of it. It's not explicitly a weather system. It's a cable access bulletin board character generator thing, but it does have that weather component, and I want to get that working again. That's all
I remember about it. Was you were so excited about the weather part.
Yeah, I want to make that work.
So I call it the weather machine.
So I want to. I mean, this may get. I mean, this is decompiling Z80 code on a machine that does memory mapping.
Fun.
And so it's referring to locations in memory that aren't in memory when the code refers to it. So it's just this crazy web of insanity. And I might have to either, partner with or farm it out to somebody who knows Z80 reverse engineering and be like, here's the ROM code. Here is where all the parts, where all the hardware exists on the bus. Go! Because once you find in memory where the code is that is interpreting the bit stream that comes in for the weather, then it's a piece of cake. That's the hard part, though, is finding where in the RAM it is. Because it uses all these funky back references. It uses like jump tables and lookup tables that get relocated in memory dynamically. So it's this memory relocation. It's self-modifying code. It takes the ROM, loads it in a RAM, moves stuff around, then changes all the base addresses. So the ROM is pointing to stuff that doesn't exist. So you've got to interrupt it while it's running. You have to get a Fluke 9010A pod and stop it to figure out where in RAM it put crap so you can list of options. Ghidra. Yeah, I'm already using Ghidra. I've done a lot of the decompilation in Ghidra. And this is where I found out that the code is convoluted on purpose to prevent people from doing exactly what I'm trying to do. It's a mess. Oh, it's a mess. Stuff in memory one byte down to F up all of the calls. It's just it's
so I suggest you send the computer to Cass.
Yeah.
Via a donkey.
Last
and so it'll arrive in about 6 months, and then Cass, you can probably forget about it for another 6.
Sure.
And I'll win my bet.
Yeah. I have another question though. After you've tried this decompilation and blah blah blah, and the static analysis is very difficult. Have you looked at any ways of doing dynamic analysis on the code that don't involve the actual hardware?
Hi, my name's Joe, and I don't know anything of what you just said.
Oh, okay. Basically, what it would involve is writing an emulator for the machine.
Oh,
yeah. Has anyone looked at that?
No, I'm the only one who's looking at this at all, and I have just enough knowledge to know how to jump off Niagara in a barrel, not realizing I'll die at the end.
Okay. So then that leads me to a different question then. Do you at least have all of the the physical addresses of all of the things mapped out?
Not yet. I have to do that. That's why I developed this little stupid thing. So I can have the board out and probe everything with my logic probe and figure out what goes where.
And I'm not even asking. I'm actually not asking about the RAM specifically. I'm at the hardware peripherals that are memory.
No, and that's exactly what I said.
Okay.
So where it has serial dart chips. Where in memory is the dart chip, or where?
Yeah, exactly.
Luckily,
That's the question I'm asking.
It does do one thing really easy. I'm sorry, we're getting like super deep in the weeds here. It does do one thing really cool. It talks to all of the peripherals using in and out calls. So it is IO mapped, not memory mapped, which means you can look for literal calls to see, okay, so here are the calls that the machine makes to all of these different port addresses. Then you can go and decode using, because then you use GAL chips to decode those to select parts. So you can activate a GAL, figure out which, with the call you want, figure out which pin activates, and find where that goes to the chip enable of what.
Okay, very cool.
Sorry, Trina, I can tell you're utterly bored by all of that.
We'll talk more about this later, Joe.
Yeah,
we'll talk more about it later.
Yeah, most of it is it's a cool side hobby project, and if I ever want to get it done, it's just going to take 10 or 15 years, and I'm going to lose that bet. So that's just how it is.
We'll talk later.
It's for me, it's not for other people. So stuff for other people comes first. But anyway.
Oh yes, and that's right. Joe is now accepting people's repairs again.
Yes.
So send tons of repairs over the next year.
Yes. Yes.
And also, hi, Jonathan, who keeps sending me things on Facebook going, you should go buy this. You should go buy this. And I'm like, my poor bitch doesn't like me.
Shall I remind you, Joe, that you still need to do the Apple IIc memory boards that has the ZRAM Ultra 3?
Oh no, I haven't forgotten about those.
Oh, okay.
No. Here, I'll can I show you this without being too zoomed in so you can't like read it? So yeah, that's my to-do list.
Okay.
And those are somewhere about here.
Okay.
In that list.
Okay.
So yeah, no, it's there. Yeah,
okay.
I haven't forgotten about them.
Just friendly reminder.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Primal Mirage. Yeah, that's one of my friends. I invited some of my friends to come see the stream.
Hello.
Do you happen to have Max missing the 0120 chip, the SOIC 8? I need beta testers. I don't know, Francois, what you're referring to, but you know how to get a hold of me off channel, and we can then figure out exactly what you're talking about, because I'm an idiot and I don't know what you're talking about, and we can go from there.
Well, I'm also very curious. I don't know which chip that is.
As far as missing the chip, if I have one that has the chip, I can remove it to test something for you. I don't care.
Yeah, sure. I'm still looking for a cherry red iMac G3. That's my one computer that I don't want. I wouldn't resell it. I want it in my collection though.
I had two of those.
The cherry red iMac G3.
I'm not even gonna say anything.
I had two of those pass through my hands, Trina, but the problem was they both had internal problems. And when you try to open them up, the front bezel crumbles to dust. So I ended up, and yes, there were 3D printable parts, but I didn't have access to a good 3D printer at the time. I apparently may now. But at the time, there was just nothing I can do, and I wasted them because they were just taking up space doing nothing.
Yeah, no. I'm looking for one that's working, but not like $300 is what everybody seems to want for the damn things.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would have sold that for much less if I had been able to get it working, but just getting the bezels was a huge pain in the ass, so I didn't.
And MacFX tried to do, it's doing a Kickstarter for that, I think.
But yeah, so trying to find the red one is like really hard right now.
And I had a red one, I gotta confess.
Oh yeah, I wish I still had mine. It was so nice. It was beautiful, but it just irreparable.
And I tossed it to the trash. Sorry.
Sorry,
I would not want to pay. I would not want to pay shipping.
Oh yeah, for
Florida to Toronto.
and it will break anyway. Yeah.
Is it just the angle, or one of my eyes look not as open as the other one?
I think it's just the angle.
I think it's just the angle.
What about now? What about now?
Oh, there you go. Good.
Hi, Mark.
You fix it.
I don't know where my Joe hologram sticker has gone. I put the 8-bits is all you need on my laptop, and I had the Joe hologram too, but I don't know where it went.
Look,
I
ask
stole
for
it and
another
put it
one.
right here. It's right here. Focus on me, you. Anyway. Whatever.
Well, it wants to focus on the real you, not the.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Poor
Oh,
Miles
actually, I
O'Brien.
have a fun thing like that to show off. An internet friend of mine printed greeting cards for Christmas on an old computer. This was not an Apple II. I did some on Print Shop on an image rater too. But this friend, they sent me the cards, and they also sent cat pictures. This is like I think this is an inkjet. I'm pretty sure this is from an old inkjet.
Cute.
Yeah.
Cat.
Well, those are very cool. And actually, I've got one of the Print Shop cards right here too. This is from my niece. She was away at her mother's for the holidays, so I haven't sent it to her yet.
Yay!
Nice.
Yeah, the classic. And my family knows these because I used to do this on the 2+ clone. We had it when I was a kid, so
Nice.
they recognize these. When I gave them to the rest of them, it was great.
Nice.
Yeah. So a little bit of nostalgia there for my family.
Very nice.
Hey, look at that. It's jcm-1.com.
The only
is a good
place you gotta
website.
go for cool stuff other than t-shirts, because t-shirts is 8-bits tees.
I don't know about that. That's a pretty cool T-shirt.
It is. Actually, it is.
And
I
I'm
gotta
sorry,
accept
8-bit Tees doesn't have the polka dot shirt. So,
it. That is true. That is true.
and hit it with a hammer.
This is
I
my
want
favorite.
that.
I
It's
got
the drinking
I got-
mug.
I got that mug. Yeah. That
you-
mug's amazing.
Are you done
Note.
eating my leg?
Does not animate. What about candles? Javier, we still don't have candles, buddy.
Yeah, I know.
Guys,
What
the
is up
problem
with
with
that?
candles is that it's very expensive to ship candles, and they are very fragile. So yeah, we got candles. We got all kinds of candles.
Not only are they expensive, but they are also flammable. So I don't know.
Well, not really flammable until you.
Yeah,
But the problem
they're
is that
not. Hopefully candles. I don't know, Cass, what kind of candles you've had, but I've never had one just randomly burst into flames.
Well, no, not in there. Not in there.
You did a Garth? When did you do Garth? Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. And the,
He's holding the mouse and he's got squawkers on his.
What's in the other hand?
it's a soldering
Oh,
thing with a lot of smoke.
nice.
Oh, that's funny. That is so good.
That's great.
Swaggers.
Yes, Gut Bomb,
Thank
exactly.
God.
That's what I was referring to.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I would love to do that. Actually, that's another one of my projects. I'm looking for a place that they can print, that they can do this, but also they can do the smell of Rifa. So I've been talking to people, and I'm gonna be providing the Rifa smell to some people. So I'm actually need to get some Rifas, blow them, and send them to these people so they can smell it.
So
And they
why
can-
don't you just go on the internet and order one of those little jars of the magic smoke that they sell for when that happens?
It's not real.
I know. That was a joke.
I know that's the problem. I want to do this real, and we would love it, but
All I have to say is, Javier, you better have this done by next Kansas Fest,
I'm
because
creative.
I want you to take those candles and put them all over the place and then light them and do it.
I still have the video of the apple tree going up in smoke.
Yeah.
I was
2
there.
years ago. Yeah,
Yep, that was
That's,
nice.
before the COVIDing.
Yep.
I had that happen to a 2GS supply when I was at
Happened
a
to me a lot of
K-Fest.
times.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sure it
Deborah.
has.
Yes.
I'm the smoke master. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
the
the
Rifa.
Rifa, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Ooh la la.
Javier and his wonderful propensity for putting 12 volts on ground. Where-
That's me.
Hey, I'm not immune. I did it to that Apple III. It's fine.
Mm. Oh yeah, everyone can make those sorts
When,
of.
when
yeah.
the connector is not keyed and you can put it in either way. Yeah.
Mm.
Joe is good at a lot of things, but not as good as me as making things smoke. Oh yeah.
Well, you must be wizards then with all the magic smoke you produce.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
Uh-huh. That's cool.
Alrighty. Well, we're coming up to our 90 minutes on our show. It's been super fun to talk with everybody tonight, even though we didn't have Ron here to make all the funny jokes, and you had to deal with me and my stupid dad jokes. But yeah, I think we made it through. I think we made it through okay.
We did.
We're okay
I think we're good.
So let's go around the room here and let everybody know where you can find us. Cass, where can all of the people find you if they're looking for you on the internets?
Well, Cass at resiborg.com is where you can email me if you want to say like, oh, hey, I'm looking for this thing. Can you look out for it at your shop? Just resiborg.com if you want to browse through our web store and order stuff online. We also have an eBay account, Resiborg. And I don't have like an established streaming presence yet, but I'm working on it. I don't know where that's going to be exactly yet. I'm not sure. I did start a Twitch stream a while back, but I have complaints about Twitch, and I'm probably going to move away from it. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Cool beans. Trina.
Hi,
People find you
I'm
crazy
I'm
lady?
Trina of Trina's Technobabble. Here, I'll be like Ron. You can find me here on YouTube at Trina's Technobabble. You can also find me here every first and third month at Trina's Retro Repair Roundup. Or Trr. I loved how.
Trrr.
Yeah,
You can
there
also
you go.
find me on Blue Sky at Trina's Technobabble.
Everywhere.
And yeah, that's.
I want to be with you everywhere.
If you want, if you want and can support me on coffee, that would be great. Trina's Technobabble there. Just, yeah, it's coffee ko-fi.com/Trina's Technobabble, all one word. So.
Javier.
You know me at Ben Tucson Retro Computing, Hubmaster in YouTube. Anyway,
Master of Retrobraid.
and nice t-shirts, 8bts.com. I mean, we don't have polka dots, but we got cool stuff too. And that's it.
Mine's better.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to get some
And-
stickers from you.
And second to last would be me. Hi, everybody. I'm Joe from Joe's Computer Museum. You know how to find me. You can go to jcm-1.com. You can find links to everything I do. You can find my web store and all of that stuff. If you want to help me out, I have linkadoodles down here to my social media and specifically to my Patreon, where for as little as $1 a month, you can get access to the exclusive Discord server where you get to hang out with me and you get to get links to my live streams so you can actually participate in my live streams with me when I do those things.
I subscribed, by the way, and you were supposed to add me manually, but I don't see me being added yet.
I totally did it. I sent you an invite.
Wait, okay, you know
Oh
what?
no, Cass, he's lying through his teeth. You can tell when Joe lies. He's got this smirk on his face. He's like, "Shit, I totally forgot."
I have the shit-eating grin on my face all the time. What are you talking about?
No,
fine,
maybe
just fine.
maybe you did send me an invite and I just didn't click on it or something, or maybe it's
I
yeah, it's
sent it.
possible I just didn't click on it. Let me.
Friends
I'll double
always
check.
like fighting. Yeah, fight.
Click,
I'll double check after the stream.
scrolling. I am staring right at it. It is 2 messages before the link to tonight's stream. It's right there.
Okay.
Anyway, no, seriously. My Discord integration with Patreon is like sort of not like it works. It's set, but like some people don't get the invite to click the link to do the thing. So I don't know what that's. I haven't figured it out yet. I may have to like disconnect it, but if I disconnect it, then everybody will get kicked out, and then everybody will have.
Yeah.
So
I've had that happen
know what to
before with a different streamer. Yeah, it was very annoying.
And finally, I want to go ahead and say goodnight to everybody for Ron, who could not be here tonight. Ron of Ron's Computer Videos, super awesome dude, does lots of cool projects. You can get all of the things that he's designed over on jcm-1.com.
Yep.
I sell those for him so that he doesn't have to have all the web presence and deal with all of that garbage. I do all of that work so that he can focus on making really cool things. Like his remote battery is awesome. His universal TTL adapter for the SE and SE30s and stuff, super awesome things. So go check those out.
That sounds good.
He also, if you want to follow Ron on any of the social medias or any other thing, you can just go to roncompvids.com. Again, roncompvids.com, and all of his links to everything that he does are on there. And again, finally, like Ron always says, be nice. Remember that you never know what other people are going through. So just be nice. Just be a nice person and look for the helpers.
And don't forget to have your pet spayed or neutered.
Have your pet spayed or neutered. Yeah. So that's it for tonight. Again, thank you all for stopping by. Thank you, everybody in the chat who stopped by to say hello, ask us cool questions, and all of that stuff. And until next time, adios, everybody. Good night.
Hey.